for SME banking in the country. There was no other foreign bank or a private bank doing SME banking in 1999. We pioneered that in India, and later on, I think it's history. Then Singapore government invested in India, and they decided to bet on me to run their business. They invested in the bank, Indian bank, made it HDFC, sold it, made money. After that, met up with an IMB, and having done that, I said I've done reasonably well, understood well about SME banking. Now what more? What I wanted to perfect was risk management piece. Still, we had the opportunity from risk. I thought I can do the research, understand about research, do work in corporate bond development, some 5 committees of SEBI, and from there again back to SME rating, because we believe that this is the country needs right now. You hear Mr. Modi talking about something called Mudra Yojana. Are you aware about that? Yes, sir. So Mudra Yojana is about something where government is offering young entrepreneurs 3 kinds of loans. They call it smallest loan is Shishu, up to 50,000. Kishore is 5 lakh, and Tarun is 11 to 10 lakh. So there is a ministerial message that the next year the target is 2,44,000 crore. That's a great intent. We are working with ministry, helping in implementation of the scheme. The reason I was brought back and forth is because somewhere they need an execution model on how do we make a robust scheme for entrepreneurs. Is there anything this can help? So we are exploring certain options. So what I gave the example was that sometimes jobs put you in a spot. How do you create your own spot under the sun is something which is totally your initiative, your drive, your energy, and you, trust me, opportunities are there dime a dozen. You have to know what your customer needs. You have to find especially where your customer can get to, create your pathways, and create your own journey. So you rise to the highest level of your incompetence. And I can only tell you one thing, 2 things are very important. One is humility. The ability to accept that something is better than what is there, and not at the peak. Because if you are at the peak, what happens? What is further away? You only go down from there. Right? So which means that you have to keep upping your benchmark, keep creating another peaks and highs, and keep moving up the ladder and rise to the highest levels of your competence. So that's all from me. I will take a question. Thank you. Rating. I'm also rating is a process in which what we do, I forgot the first name. Sonia. So Sonia, rating is a process through which, assuming Sonia is running a business of her own, and she needs capital. Capital of 2 types, debt and equity. If you are looking for equity, you have investors to invest in your business. Looking at debt, could be banks or any financial institution which will give you a debt. So ratings would look at Sonia's business. And what would it look at Sonia's business? The primary thing for ratings is to ensure that we assess you fairly, through which investors or the borrowing entities or the lending entities, they assess your risk fairly and put you on a grade. We have an 18-point framework of rating, starting from AAA at the highest to D at the lowest. So we look at your business, industry, your management team, your financials, and therefore take the view that next 12 months or how much time, what is your level of operational sustainability, and then we measure them. So there are 3 sciences to each of them: business, management, financial, industry, and then we measure something called your probability of default, which means if there are 100 such businesses like yours, would 1 default, 0 default, or 10 default? So when we profile you, we put you into a certain bracket, and therefore we find, okay, you are in this quadrant, therefore very likely you are going to be here. So it's essentially trying to simplify, that is what I hope I'm able to explain very detailed.
You rate any business. Do the rating change or remain constant?
Fundamental question, just hold the line. As a person, do you change or you're constant?
So, change.
Change. So if as a person and you're the owner of the company, you are changing, your business will also change. Because the mind of the promoter is the mind of the business. And the mind of the management team, of course. So what happens is that there are times when things are under your control, things are not under your control. You're running a great business and somebody tries to do demonetization. And you are the cash intensive business. So is it a short-term problem or a long-term problem? If it's a short-term problem, then your short-term rating will go under some stress. The long-term problem will go under some stress. Assuming you have figured out your idea and you figured out a great product, which is industry rare kind of product, and that product takes off, it starts cracking revenue at a high speed and great profitability, you might see multiple notch out. So this is called rating transition. So rating transits either which way depending on how the business is performing. So therefore ratings change, but what is to be really monitored is volatility of movement. I think markets don't like volatility, they like steadfast, steady ratings. So
government benefit for strengthen the blood face of corporate. Sir, the question is, what are the analytical tools that Faisal use in analyzing the company's output?
Analytical mind is the sharpest tool that we use in analyzing company performance. And what is important is, while there is SAS, there is MATLAB, there is data analytics, there is whole stream of data which throws further information, but data only does too much. We certainly believe a lot of the rating agency. We spend a lot of time in our rating committees where not only one man's intelligence, entire team's intelligence and energies analyze the company, and they essentially go on to the IP driven business. IP start from intellectual processes. So therefore, we rely a lot. Data is only to put a picture, but trust me, most data scientists, when they start presenting picture, they present it the way they believe is right. There's always a bias. So therefore, in our business, we certainly use a lot of, I would say, cognitive tools, analytical tools, but the real stuff essentially is our ID, which goes into it.
My question is, as we know that our Prime Minister has started Make in India mission, so what is the role of CRISIL in Make in India?
So our role would be limited, or our role, I won't say limited is a word, not positive word. Our role as we conceive is, when you make India, essentially there's something called, government is investing for 500 crore, there's something called Z rating. Now what is Z rating? That means zero defect, zero effect, which means that you create great quality product, at the same time effect on the environment, etc. is minimized given the kind of issue we are running in the environment. Category 5 is going right from bronze to platinum, which government decided. So we could also look at that bit and provide assistance to entrepreneurs or manufacturers to develop their IoT. So that's the limited role that possibly we play. I want to double click if we have a very high level. So we said 4 things: business, management, financial, industry, at a broad level. If I were to get into business, in business, you look at the situation of the business, as in maturity of products, maturity of market, industry, as in how is the industry behavior, competitor analytics. You would have read Kotler? You read Kotler?
Yes, sir.
You understand industry position? Then you come to management team, professionalism, how robust is the management structure, will it survive, high attrition rate, is the auditor changing, is the team timeline changing, what are the stability levels? And then most importantly, financial. You look at financials, you look at operating leverage, financial ratios, health of the company, steadiness of cash flows, intensity. So all of this kind of are just very high level pieces. In fact, it could be more than 400, 500 parameters which kind of are analyzed on a comprehensive framework, and then you're able to assign grades. So it's an element which is based on 4 key pillars. Each 4 have very deep subjective needs. You choose to be an analyst, you possibly will realize that interest you much more depth on how it. That's a great question. In fact, I have an article on this in the paper. We did a research on 1700 companies. I am glad you got the question. So, in the long run, okay, let me just ask this question to all of you. How many of you believe demonetization was good? Alright, so if so many of you believe it was good, why there is so much negative noise around demonetization? That's right. So, just to take this question here, what has happened? There are 3 kinds of businesses. Let's look at 2 circles. One circle is of black, second is of white. The white circle is a circle where people are paying all taxes, duties and above board. And the black circle is where everything is being cleared. And the world is an overlap of these 2 such companies and such practices. Some people are completely above board, some are against the board, and some are totally black. So in demonetization, I know this body for some is okay. So what really happened? Businesses which were in black, so let's call it black, green and white, they were pushed, if they have to survive, towards the gray, and the ones which were in gray, they were pushed towards white. So essentially what would happen in post-demonetization, businesses which were fair and above board, they essentially would do well because they have got 2 opportunities. One is that post GST, which is not very far in the future, they can go to any state without any complication of taxes, duties and structures. They can reach out, and because they are above board, they can also use the digital cash trails. What I mean here is, if I am a buyer, you are a supplier, I have given you an order. I can issue you a purchase order. You can get this purchase order financed by a financier, and you can raise capital. Because I am your buyer, I will pay you money after 90 days. So the promotion of something called a non-collateral based lending. Collateral means that today I am an SME, I have to borrow. Then all banks say, there you go. Yeah, as a bank becomes a estate agent. So without understanding business, they understand property more than business. Therefore, they ask for property. So what really happens is, in such situations, when digital cash trails show behavior, if I look at your mobile statement in 30 days, I can figure out things which you would not tell your daddy, right? Similarly, in your transaction statement, that trails are available, people like us, as in rating agencies or bankers, they can figure out a transaction pattern. Based on those transactions, collateral free financing can promote. So the ones in white will become whiter, Ridki, Chamkar, super white, and the ones who are gray will start getting better, and the ones in black, the guys who thrive on all forms of excise chori, synthetic chori, octroi chori, sabku chori, they are the ones who have to look at alternate methods of survival or wind down their businesses. So the long story short, I think it's a great thing to have happened, good thing to have happened. Pain and angst is huge, will lead to a lot of burn. But whenever you do such big transformations, you have to take the bullet pill and let that happen. And hopefully that kind of offers well. But we are seeing already revival, signs of revival, and we are hopeful in the next 6 months there are no more jerks in the economy. I think we will be there with that. We will in fact up the projections on GDP, which we had raised to 6.9 for last year. We have said 7.6 for this year. So, and incidentally, our projection and our projections are aligned.
Last question.
And so my question is, what are the career growth opportunities if one joins or get associated with CRISIL?
Actually, many. CRISIL actually is, as we call it, a global analytical organization. So we essentially run three businesses. One business is ratings, but ratings, contrary to perception, is less than 1/3 of our business. We have a large business of research, and research has got two businesses. One is domestic research, and second is international research. Just to give you some idea, top 15 investment banks in the world, 90% of their derivative transactions are processed by CRISIL in CRISIL House in Bombay. Global. So to that extent, we employ the highest level of statisticians, engineers. They are found for some good reason Argentina and Poland. The engineers are the best in the world. So, and we run about 17 offices globally. So we do fairly deep work with investment banks, financial research, profit research. There are two large businesses. We also do something on investment banks, where investment banks CEOs performance benchmarks. There's a company called Pershing we acquired about 3 years back. In terms of what are performance parameters, operational benchmarks, that is the business which we are in. So that is risk. And then the third part is risk and infrastructure advisory. Just to tell you that we are on infrastructure, we are helping the government